This is our third video in the 12 Days of Christmas Kettlebell Challenge series. So it's not a workout, but today we're going to go through the kettlebell tutorial. We do have an old kettlebell tutorial. We're adding this one as a little bit of a recap on the skills. Even if you're comfortable with kettlebell and you've been doing it a while, it's good to practice. The swing, especially because it's building a good foundation for all the movements, or almost all the movements. So join me for this tutorial. You might learn something new and able to practice your swing. So the first thing we're going to practice and just go through is picking up the kettlebell properly. So I want you to stand right over top of your kettlebell. Have it right in between your feet. Okay? With a slight bend in your knees, I want you to send your hips backwards, touch the top of your kettlebell, and come up. So from the side, it's going to look like this. You're going to stand right over top, bend down, touch the top of your kettlebell, and stand up. So you can see there's a straight line from the top of my head back here all the way down to my tailbone. Okay? So my back isn't arched, and it's not overly curved either. Nice and straight. I want you to do 10 of those. So it's kind of like a body weight deadlift. So don't forget, you can have a slight bend in your knees there. And now I want you to actually pick up the kettlebell like this. So you're going to bend down in that same position, nice flat back, and pick up your kettlebell. Okay, I want you to practice 10 of those as well. Side, I'm going to show you what that's going to look like as well. So there, I'm using my legs, primarily my hamstrings and my glutes, to pick up that kettlebell. I'm not using my upper body and I'm not using my back, but a slight bend in my knees to compensate for the movement. So again, I'm not using my lower back. From now on, no matter what you're doing, I want you to practice picking up the kettlebell like this. So you're not just going to reach over to the side and drag it up, okay? You're going to stand right over top, grab the kettlebell with the flat back, and lift with your legs, all right? So now we're going to go over the swing. The first thing that people have a lot of trouble with is differentiating between a swing, which is a hinge motion, to a squat. Okay? So what I want you to do is practice folding at your hips. You're going to send your bum backwards each time you swing. Okay? Just like this. Just as if you were picking up that kettlebell. So, keeping your chest up, I want you to pick up the kettlebell, okay? And we're going to initiate the movement from your hips. So the swing is not using your upper body, it's using your lower body, your torso, and that momentum to get the kettlebell out in front is coming from your hips, okay? So my forearms are actually resting on my hips right now. Okay, so there's contact there. And I'm going to send the kettlebell backwards as if I'm passing it to someone behind me. So I'm hinging at my hips, slight bend in my knees, and I'm standing up straight each time. So I'm almost pumping my legs here. And I'm going to put it down nice and soft. all right? So I want you to try 10 of those right now. So you're keeping your chest up, sending your hips backwards. I should be able to come behind you and almost grab that kettlebell. Now I'm going to show you one drill to practice that movement. Without your kettlebell, you're going to find an empty area on the wall, and you're going to stand as close as you can to the wall while still being able to touch the wall behind you as if you're doing a swing. Okay? So you can even move it a little bit closer, working on your hamstring flexibility here. Touching the wall behind you and coming up. I want you to practice 10 of those. And when you're done that, come on back to your kettlebell. We're going to practice another 10 swings. And this time, I want you to think about something different. Well, while still keeping in mind everything we practiced in our last 10 swings, I want you to think about actually grazing your upper thighs with your forearms, okay? Your wrist area. So as if you had a zipper on your pants, thinking about touching that zipper each time you swing. All right? So I'm going to show you from the side, your forearms here, graze your upper thighs each time you swing back. All right, try that. And get your kettlebell down nice and softly. All right, so hopefully you felt some contact there with your forearms and your zipper area. This time, I want you to try 10 swings with a heavier kettlebell. So here I was using a 10 kilo, and I'm going to go over here and use a 12 kilo. If you don't have a heavier kettlebell, don't worry, just keep practicing with me with the kettlebell that you have. Okay, this time we're going to add in our breathing. Okay, so as you swing out, you're going to breathe out. As you swing in, you're breathing in. Okay, so I'm going to exaggerate my breath for you to hear. So listen first, and then try 10 yourself. And there you go. I want you to try 10. And if I was there with you, I want to be able to hear you breathing. Go ahead. Okay, we're going to finish off this tutorial with 10 more swings. This time, I want you to think about your upper body a little bit more. So your kettlebell should just be a dead weight at the bottom of your arms. Your arms are just like ropes attached to this kettlebell, so they should be nice and loose. They're not doing the work. It's your lower body and your torso, as I mentioned before. So this time, as you do your 10 swings, I want you to think about keeping your arms nice and loose. But then when you get to the top, I want you to think about engaging your upper abs to give you a little bit more push back. So I'm going to show you from the side. This area I'm going to engage as I'm at the top, and I'm going to go So I'm pressing, it's almost as if I'm pressing my palms down towards the ground. Okay, so let's try 10. As you breathe out, you're pressing down at that weightless moment when your kettlebell's at the top. So let's try 10 of those. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial. I hope that gave you a little bit of help for your swing. And if you hadn't tried those drills before, you can even do those in a warm-up or before a big swing set. Thanks, see you next time.